Do we really gotta do another investigation? Examining the corpse of one of our friends. Having to suspect all of our other friends. I hate this! I can't take it anymore! I hate it too! I've had enough! I'm getting out of here!
Oi.
Where do you plan on going? There's nowhere to run. Just accept it already. After all, blood is just a liquid. A dead body is a simple object. You are very enthusiastic about all of this, are you not? Yeah, Byakuya is kind of like... He's like, yeah, challenge for me to solve. For me to save the day. How can it not be? If we don't unmask the culprit, we all die. That's true, but to jump into it so soon... What? Do you want to die? Fine, then go off and die somewhere. Right now, go ahead. You're a waste of space. A dead body is an object? Chihiro wasn't an object! Show a little respect or I'll beat some into ya! Everyone, stop bickering. Listen, there's some truth in what Byakuya said. Kyoko! If we don't solve the mystery and find the killer, our own lives are forfeit. And if Byakuya is right that Genocider Jack is somehow the one who killed Chihiro, then unless we do something, more victims could start piling up. Forget more victims! If we mess this one up, we're all dead meat! Hold on. If that's your worry, you don't gotta worry any longer. In any one killing game, the guilty party may only kill a maximum of 2 people. What? Why would you even say this? Why would anyone want to kill more than one person? Like maybe they were in the middle of killing one person and then someone else came in and saw? Then maybe they would have to kill the next person too? That wouldn't work if there were 2 witnesses, is that right? What? I don't remember any rule like that. I just came up with it. I mean, if one person went around and killed everyone, your lovely student life would be all over, right? Huh, that's one way to win the game, kill everybody. Well, not anymore. In that case, why not limit it to 1 person? So you can kill the witness too. Well, in a good mystery, you don't want to miss out on at least the potential of a serial killer angle. Just 1 would totally murder that possibility. Farewell for now. I'll catch you guys at the class trial. I can't say I understand his thinking, but if we can kill up to 2 people... That means if there's 3 people left, or even 4 people left. If there's 4 people left and I kill 2, then it's just me and 1 other person left. Actually, no, then the other person would point me out as the killer and they would get to live. Huh. It gets really tricky when you get down to 4 people, huh? Then 1 more person's life could still be in danger. Which is definitely not good. We need to uncover the culprit before something else happens. You need to shut the fuck up! Well, for now, Taka and me are gonna drop off Toko at her room. Nice! I'm gonna get dropped off! We have no time to stand around here. We must begin our investigation. Too sweet. Wait, are you saying that someone can be killed right now? Like, in the middle of an investigation for 1 murder, another murder could happen? Oh my god. If we do not solve the mystery of who killed Chihiro, then we will quickly follow her into the afterlife. But the murderer shouldn't have any incentive to murder 1 more person, right? Because 1 more murder is another crime scene, which means more evidence left there, so... That's true. I hate this, but if I want to survive, me and everyone else, we have to do it. We don't have any other choice. First of all, I'd better check the Monokuma file to see what's exactly going on. The victim was Chihiro Fujisaki. The time of death is 2 a.m. in the morning. Remember the day before, Chihiro tried to go into the locker room too, the girls' locker room?
Well, I'm guessing. I'm assuming. No proof, but I feel like it is. The body was discovered in the girls' locker room. How did she even get in here without the gun shooting her down? Huh. The cause of death was a blow to the head with a blunt object. She was killed instantly. Well, I mean, I'm glad that she didn't have to suffer more than what was necessary. That's all it says. Well, it's not like there's any point in complaining about it. No matter what, I gotta do what I gotta do. Alright. Hey Makoto, do you have a second? Huh? Did you need something from me? Of course. Life without purpose is quite dull, you know. So what did you need? I'm going to let you cooperate with me during my investigation. What? I'm purchasing your talent. The same talent which allowed you to solve Sayaka's case. Solve? No, I just... You seem to have some limited use, which is why I've chosen you. Fuck you, I'm not partnering up with you. I'm surprised, why are you not choosing Kyoko? Kyoko seems like a much more competent detective than me. You have the honor of contributing to my investigation. No thank you. You know, as much as I'd say no thank you, it probably is in our best interest to do so because Byakuya seems pretty smart and we really need to make sure that we're getting this right because it's for the good of everybody. So, you're inviting me to come with you? You're doing it in the most arrogant way possible, though. Now then, shall we get started? But... we need to get moving. There's no time to be standing around. I don't really know what just happened. But it looks like I'll be working with Byakuya on this one. Okay, new mentor? New mentor? Kyoko, do you have any bright ideas? She took her time examining Chihiro's corpse. Wow, she poked and prodded, going over every inch of the lifeless body. You're a very strange woman, you know, being able to touch a dead body with absolutely no trouble. Coming out of your mouth, I mean, you treat her like a dead object too, so... She seems to be concentrating pretty hard. It's like she can't even hear us. Dude had a real complex about being weak. You heard Chihiro talk about it, right? I need to get stronger. Yeah, I do remember she said that more than once. Sure did, which I guess explains the trip down here. But did she really need to get stronger that badly? You already mentioned it, but she was a girl after all. Most girls aren't that strong. I don't know, man. Haven't really thought about that stuff. The cause of Chihiro's complex. I can't help wondering what it might be. Huh. Mondo's account. I use this locker room all the time. Now, it's become the site of Chihiro's death. Wait, you use it all the time? So, you're pretty familiar with the equipment in this place? But why was she killed in the locker room? Hey, who else besides you even trains in the girls' locker room? Actually, if you think about it, she could have been killed somewhere else than carried here. Possible, but that's pretty risky, right? Because you would have to be carrying a dead body and then people would realize you're the killer if they see you. She was very light, that is true. It wouldn't be hard for someone to carry her, but still, how do you know she was very light? I still think she came here on her own, by choice. What makes you say that? She'd been talking a lot lately about how she wanted to get stronger. So, you're saying she came here to exercise? But according to the Monokuma file, apparently she was killed around 2 in the morning. Would she really have been exercising that late? It's because she was actually in the boys' locker room. I think so. Could someone have killed her in the boys' locker room and then brought her here? No, that doesn't seem to be possible because, as I understand it, the moment someone of one gender steps into the locker room of another gender, don't they get hit by the machine gun when they go outside the door? So, Hina or myself are usually in the locker room during the day, so she was probably avoiding it then. Ah, okay. Avoiding it? Although we invited her to join us more than once, she never showed up. So I can only assume she was trying to avoid us. And instead, she came to exercise in the middle of the night? Perhaps, but it's difficult for me to imagine she would have come alone. She did want to start exercising, but she specifically mentioned she couldn't do it by herself. She needed support from others. So you're saying she could have come here in the middle of the night to train in secret, but that she also would have come with someone else? It's a possibility, I think. Oh my god, I'm super thirsty. Let me take a quick break that you won't even notice. Okay, I'm back. Let's see what we haven't looked at. While I was on break, I actually thought of something, but let me look at everything first. Have we looked at the dumbbell? There's a dumbbell on the floor, and there is a blood stain. There's a blood stain on the yeah, I know it. The Monokuma file said a blow to the head with a blunt object is what killed her. Does that mean this dumbbell was actually the murder weapon? So looks like it. Yeah. Locker room dumbbell. So... What? Can I go at my own pace here, buddy? Now I believe it's about time for us to move on. Huh? Already? New clues won't magically appear by standing around here. We need to check every aspect of this case. It's true, but there's a few things I still want to look at, like that curious big boob girl poster behind you. That's true, but... If you're satisfied, let's hurry up and proceed. He's so pushy. I got caught up with the wrong person this time. Yeah, it kinda sucks that we're not with Kyoko, but at the same time, if we're with Kyoko all the time, that wouldn't make for a very good story either, so... Oh, the one thing I did want to say before we leave is that if the murder weapon is a dumbbell, it means that the person who killed, or the person who hit Chihiro is someone who is strong enough to lift that up. So something to keep in mind. A boy? Or Sakura, basically. Well, I don't even really know if Byakuya could hold a dumbbell, but that's beside the point. Oh, and the other thing I wanted to mention before we moved on is the thing I thought of during the break. You can technically go into the girls' locker area without being a girl, right? So how the layout of this place works is, there's the guns, and then there's the doors to the locker rooms, and then there's the pool, right? So theoretically, if I am Chihiro, or if I'm a boy, I can go through the boys' locker room, and then go to the pool, and then go to the girls' locker room door from the pool side, right? Does that work, or would there be another gun over there? I don't know. I didn't see a gun while I was at the pool, but maybe there was a gun. Anyway, so this is our next location. Huh? This place is related to the investigation? Oh, it's right outside the murder room, yeah. Figure it out for yourself. It's no fun if you don't, right? Why do you want me to be with you, but you're not gonna help me out? Bunch of different pool-related items, which have nothing to do with the case. At first glance, I don't really see blood stains, but maybe something with the handbook reader? If I remember right, this card reader is meant to work with our handbooks, right? Do you have an issue with it? If so, you should take it up with Monokuma. He said that, then quickly and sharply clapped his hands together. What? He actually comes! You called for me? Has he been domesticated? It seems that Makoto has a question for you.
Sure, what's up?
Well, it's just about this card reader.
Yes, the card readers have all been designed to interface with each of your e-handbooks. You can only enter the locker room corresponding to the gender listed in your individual handbook.
And it's impossible for two people in a row to go through while the door is unlocked, correct?
If there was some sort of erotic terrorist on the prowl, the ceiling-mounted Gatling gun would initiate a Swiss cheese slaughter.
And the school regulations prohibit anyone from lending someone else their handbook, correct?
Correctly correct.
So then, that means only girls can go- No, don't even say this line out loud because it's not true. You can steal the handbook and the locker thing I mentioned earlier, can you go through the pool and then wrap back from the other side? In other words, Chihiro's body being found in the girls' locker room means... Hey Makoto, I can see right through you. Is Makoto thinking that a girl killed Chihiro? See right through me? Allow me to tell you what you're thinking. Since Chihiro was found in the girls' locker room, the killer must have been able to get in there. As such, the killer must have been one of the girls. Did I get it right? Good lord, you're simple. But am I wrong? You should pay closer attention to the regulations. The answer has been in front of you this entire time. Loaning your e-handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. Only the act of loaning a handbook is prohibited. Borrowing someone else's is perfectly fine. What? What? Yeah, but then the person... Wait. I thought stealing, but... Loaning and borrowing? Loaning is the person giving it to someone else, right? Borrowing it is the person who is receiving it from the loaning person. If you're borrowing it from somebody, then someone is loaning it to you, right?
I would expect nothing less from the prodigal son of the noble Togami family. So you managed to sniff out the loophole in the regulations.
Knowing you, I would bet you created it on purpose, didn't you? To add a little more excitement to things.
You're treating me like a little puny appetizer instead of the main course that I am. Now then, since the dead can't actually talk, they're not people anymore. They're things. Get it? Got it? Good.
Wait, hold on. You're saying that's a loophole, but... In order to borrow something from someone, then that means someone would have to loan it. So,
so sleepy. Just listening to you makes me want to pass out. Be more like Byakuya and get your poop together. Or I'll charge you with criminal negligence.
If you steal from someone, that doesn't count as borrowing, right? I don't even.
No more questions! Figure out the rest your own damn self.
Well, I know you are unfortunately lacking in mental faculties, so I'll fill you in myself. Let's head to the main hall. The main hall? That'll help you understand what's going on. Yeah, I'm a little bit confused here too. If it's not stealing, then what? Apparently, I'm lacking in mental faculties as well. We came to the main hall. So, what are we looking for here? Does that mean I have to figure it out for myself? There's a mailbox. Could there be something inside? It's an e-handbook? Yeah, I remember saying that I thought something would be here later. No, wait, there's 3 of them. But what are they doing here? So, you finally found them. Oh, so you already found them before. Did you know these were here, Byakuya? I happened to find them by chance myself the other day. It seems there's a system in place where the handbooks of dead students get delivered to this mailbox. Ah. So then, these 3 handbooks belong to... Junko, Leon, and Sayaka? You can go ahead and confirm it yourself. I immediately turned on one of the handbooks, and when I did... Oh, that hurts. You're right! This is Sayaka's handbook! Now do you understand? This is the key to the loophole that I revealed earlier. Yeah, I feel like I'm starting to get it. You should pay closer attention to the regulations. The answer has been in front of you this entire time. Loaning your e-handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. Do we really need this flashback? It happened like 2 minutes ago. I see. Yeah, now I understand. Main hall e-handbooks. Hold on a second. What's wrong?
妙だな。
That's strange. One of the handbooks. Is it Chihiro's? Won't turn on. Huh. Is it broken? Whose is it? The other handbook showed Junko's name when I started it up. Then the one that won't turn on must be Leon's, right?
なるほどな。
It would make sense, yes. After all, he did get pummeled with dozens and dozens of baseballs. Pummeled with baseballs. The memory of it came flooding back. That cruel punishment which led to Leon's death. The execution that the mastermind concocted. A cruel, heartless death. You're right. It wouldn't be surprising for the handbook to break during that kind of assault.
Hey, hey! Hey, 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 hey! Hey! What? That e-handbook is essential to student life here. Crucial, integral, instrumental, a super big deal. There's no way it would break that easily.
But it did.
If I say it wouldn't break, it wouldn't freaking break. It can withstand up to 10 tons of pressure, and it's waterproof up to 100 meters, okay? I don't care how many baseballs you hit it with, it won't do crap. Oh, but, even my amazing handbook does have one single weak point.
It does?
But it's a secret! I wouldn't want you to go breaking any more handbooks.
なんだ。
Then Leon must have broken it somehow without realizing what its weakness was, right?
Hard to say.
Maybe Leon didn't even break it. Maybe Chihiro broke it.
You know what? I think his handbook isn't actually broken. But you might ask, how could that be?
Leaving the question hanging in the air, Monokuma disappeared. What just happened? Monokuma said it's not broken, but it's an undeniable fact that it's not turning on.
まあいいだろう。
Well, I don't see any connection to the case, so it doesn't matter for now. Could it be connected to gender? Like, since we're both boys, we can't turn on a boy one? Because Junko's and Sayaka's were fine. I don't know. Brainstorming here. You think so? Either way, something about it still bothers me. Broken e-handbook. You know it's important when it's a truth bullet. Okay then, this should be enough to get things rolling. Let's begin our investigation in earnest and track down the true culprits. Yeah, we need to find out who killed Chihiro. To be exact, not quite. Huh? Not quite? Do you want to fill me in, Mr. Rich Boy? What do you mean by that, Byakuya? To be exact, not quite. Certainly I want to reveal Chihiro's killer, but more precisely. I want to discover the true identity of Genocider Jack. Then, you really think... You truly believe Genocider Jack is the one that killed Chihiro?
何度も言わせるな。
Absolutely. I have no doubt that Genocider Jack is the culprit in this case. Let's move on and see what else he has to say first. Oh, and I have a basis to believe that. I assure you, Genocider Jack is one of us. Interesting. What is your reasoning?
何度も言わせるな。
That murderous fiend is Genocider Jack, right?
なんだ。
There's nobody else it could be. A murderous fiend who kills again and again using a bizarre and brutal method. They're like a ghost attacking suddenly, then slipping away before the police can catch up to them. And what nickname did the internet give to this mysterious serial killer? Genocider Jack. They say he's killed thousands of people, but that's gotta be an urban legend. Still, could one of us really be a demented, psychotic killer like that? You're not wrong to wonder, but words mean little right now. I have something that will prove it, and I can show you. Okay, do I have to ask you again? God damn.
何度も
Is there really proof? There's somewhere I'd like to take you. This will provide all the evidence you need.
決まりだ
Evidence that Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro. Evidence? Does something like that really... Ah! Hey, you two! Big trouble! Need your help! Oh my fucking god, don't tell me someone died.
お前の相手をしている暇は
We're
ない
busy. Leave us alone. But it's an emergency! Emergency! Come on, please! You gotta help me! Okay, when we last left Aoi, she was taking Toko to her room with Taka. So, something wrong with Toko? This is a serious emergency! Please, please, you gotta help me! Just calm down, okay, Hina? But, it's an emergency! An emergency? What happened? Something's wrong with Toko. She's acting super strange. Like, stranger than what we saw. Well, I mean, she was acting pretty strange earlier, right? What should we do, Byakuya? I'm pretty sure he's gonna be like, fuck her or whatever, I don't care, because he doesn't seem to like her to begin with.
妙だな
Since it's Toko, I must admit, I'm intrigued. I suppose we can take a second to see what's going on with her. Are you sure?
何度も言わせるな
Don't make me repeat myself. I didn't expect that. I thought for sure he'd just say no, and that'd be the end of it. Same thoughts here, so interesting, interesting. Toko and Byakuya have some sort of strange relationship going on. Okay, come on, hurry! Wait for us, Hina!
行くぞ
It looks like she's headed to the dorms, to Toko's room, most likely. You're right! We get... Is this considered free time? Can I look around by myself a little bit? Is anyone around here? Is everyone looking at Toko? It doesn't say Toko is in her room. Maybe that's just a... I don't know. We can't go anywhere though, so... Let's go on with it. Standing so far away.
ね
You're talking to the wrong person, you waste of space. God, you're so like... You guys are too slow! I think you're just too fast. So, what's this emergency? Well, after what happened in the girls' locker room, we left Toko in her room so she could lay down. After a while, we came back to check on her. You know, see how she was doing. But when we did... It was weird. She refused to come out and she kept saying all this weird stuff. Weird stuff? Does it have to do with having a master?
まあいいだろう
We should try talking to her ourselves. Yeah, good idea. Toko, it's your best friend, Makoto. I may as well give it a shot. The door swung open, slowly and silently. Are you okay? Holy crap! An aura of negativity flowed out from behind the door, forcing a gasp out of me.
何
What?
いや朝比奈さんが心配しててスコアさんが閉じこもってるって
Oh, nothing. It's just that Hina was really worried about you, holding yourself up in your room.
放っておいて
Leave me alone.
さとりあえず一度ドアを開けてくれない
Yeah, sure thing, but could you open up just for a second?
好きにさせない
Is she back to her normal self now? And did she always have that mole, or did I just never notice it? Huh. She seems to be... Well, I mean, her stutter is back, so it seems to be the normal Toko. Is she, like, in shock from what she did herself earlier?
Genocider show なんかの好きにはさせない
Toko is Genocide Jack? I won't let Genocide Jack have control! And just like that, she slammed the door in my face. What was that? She's been acting like that the whole time. when I rang a little while ago. I'll drive out the killer, drive out the murderous fiend. It doesn't make any sense, right? Could that be part of the reason why Toko never made any friends in middle school? I was just gonna say that Jack. Jack sounds like a very masculine name at first, but if you think about it, Jack can be a girl too. See Mass Effect. And so I was thinking that Jack could either be Toko or Kyoko, because we don't know what her ultimate is. But seems like it's Toko, okay. I was afraid to leave her in there alone, so I tried to bust down her door. Not a good idea. But it felt like something was holding it shut on the other side. I couldn't even budge it. Toko was scared enough to even bar her door? Does she think the same thing as Byakuya? Oh, wait. You know how Toko mentioned she's afraid of blood? Maybe she's not actually afraid of blood, but whenever she sees blood, she's afraid that she'll turn into Genocider Jack? Does she think the serial killer Genocider Jack really murdered Chihiro? Is that why Toko's so scared? What? Why are we still here? Makoto's like one step behind my thinking. Toko just said she's Genocider Jack, right? Her alternate self, the one that with the tongue sticking out and everything. Whatever it is, I'm really worried about her. Isn't there anyone who might be able to persuade her? Boom, boom, boom! Got one right here! Come here, blonde boy. Come here. Hey, Byakuya, you think you could ask her? To come out of her room, I mean. Sure, whatever. Huh, surprising. Huh? You're gonna talk to her, Byakuya? Wow, I guess you can be nice when you want to. Byakuya stood in front of her door, not making a sound, and pressed the doorbell. After a few moments, leave me alone! You're all so annoying! Oh, Byakuya! It's Byakuya. What? Wait. Is Byakuya Toko's master? Wait, we're suddenly getting a lot of information right now. I'm trying to make sense of it. Okay, I don't know. I have no basis for this, but I'm inclined to think that the promise is Toko's Genocider Jack side. And Byakuya knew about this? Well, let's see. But don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocider Jack have control of her again. And with that, the door slammed shut. Even Byakuya couldn't pull it off. There's nothing else we can do. Let's get back to the investigation. Hold on! Hey, Byakuya, what was Toko talking about just now? Something about a promise?
Nanda.
Oh, I have no idea. Another one of her delusions, I'm sure. Byakuya! I'm your assistant, aren't I? You gotta tell your assistant things. But if I say I don't know, that means I don't know. Just let Hina take care of her. Oh, yeah, okay. I'll stay here and keep an eye on her. Well then, let's go. Without waiting for a reply, Byakuya sped away. Byakuya! And I hurried to catch up. Byakuya! I tried to talk to him several times as we walked. But he didn't even look back, let alone say anything. He just kept on walking towards his destination. Finally, his feet brought him to the stop in front of a certain room. Warehouse? The library? Come on, let's go in. Have you been researching Genocider Jack? Actually, Genocider Jack wouldn't even be in the books, right? Because It's a really modern day thing. I don't suppose anyone's written about him yet. But yeah, this room here, Byakuya has been sure to not let us go in so far, so I'm really curious as to what's behind it. Maybe we'll find out now. Is the evidence that proves it was really Genocider Jack really in the library? Don't make me say it again. Oh, so you want me to look for it myself? Okay. I won't tell you anything, but go find it yourself. It's that room, isn't it? I bet it is. Well, I mean, let's just check some random stuff anyway. Okay, fine. If I remember, on the other side of this door, it's the archive, right? Hurry up and go inside. Oh, here? It'll all make sense once you're inside. He's been hoarding this place the whole time. Whoa, there's so many books and files! And so much dust, too. I would say there's enough value in this place to endure the dust. Oh, there's so much to look at. Where do I even start? There's a ton of thick files stuffed onto the bookshelf. If you're thinking of looking through any of them, let me give you a little warning. Those things are filled with graphic, disturbing photos from all kinds of crime scenes. It's the kind of thing any normal person wouldn't ever want to look at. Be careful. Yet he smiles when he says that. Huh? What do you mean? All those files in here are investigation reports related to different cold cases. What is a cold case? Is that a case that's never been solved? Those are internal documents for police eyes only. They're not the kind of thing you'd expect to leak. Oh? Well, oh, okay. There's even a surveillance camera here. I suppose any shelf would be fine to start, right? There's so many files stuffed onto the shelf. What's in all these things? Those documents are dangerous. Dangerous? They detail all the people who control the world from behind the scenes. Dangerous truth for a commoner. You mean like members of the Diet or something? The Japanese Diet. That's the politics. Japanese politics. Like, I don't really know what you call it, but it's part of the political system they have in Japan. It's called the Diet. Just in case if you're wondering if they're trying to lose weight or anything. No, I mean the ones with real power. The secret council, controlling everything from the shadows. If you're ready to be disappeared for it, take a look. There are some very interesting people in there. You're just kidding, right? Am I? I'll just let it go for now. This shelf is stuffed tight with files without really thinking about it. I picked one at random. Ah, you have a sharp eye indeed to select that file. Huh? That's the report on a presidential assassination. The original is kept at the National Library. It won't be declassified for another 30 years. Are you sure you want to look at it now? There's no telling whose crosshairs you might wind up in for peeking at it. Have you looked in it, Byakuya? Without making a sound, I returned the file. Well, where's the specific thing you want me to look at? Is it next to the lamp? Huh? It's a desk lamp. Ah, he was in here looking through all the files. Oh yeah, it's the same one I saw Byakuya using in the library before. Do you have a problem with that lamp? It was here before, then I moved it over there. It's too dark over there, so I thought I'd put it to good use. Studious guy, huh? Okay, wrong one. There's a wooden box. It's empty. Although, judging by the smudges and the dust, it looks like there was something inside. I wonder what it was. There was an extension cord plugged in there. It proved very useful while I was in the library. Ah, you used it for the lamp. So, Are you finally beginning to understand the true splendor of this library? The entire reason I was interested in the library is because of this room right here.
面白い
It's home to classified government documents, police records, things no ordinary person would ever see. Yet, it's in a school. A high school. Isn't it magnificent? This can't be real, right?
不眠ね
That's your guys' problem. Anything that doesn't fit in your preconceived reality, you label it a lie. Well, it's not that. It's just... It's not like I totally refuse to believe it, but... I mean, there's just so much. How could anyone have put all this together? I suppose it goes to show just how much Hope's Peak truly wields. Or perhaps... the mastermind may have wanted to provide us with enough entertainment to keep us from getting bored. It's no use. I can't keep up with all of this. It's just too unreal. What's wrong? You still can't believe it? What about you? How can you believe it so easily? Things like that are usually impossible.
なんだ
What do you mean, usually? Usual? Normal? Ordinary? Simple? Those things don't exist anywhere in the real world. If you don't understand what they actually represent, you don't understand the nature of anything. You don't pull your punches, do you? Besides, what you consider usual is based on your common sense, right? But what makes you think your own common sense applies to me at all? The documents gathered here are genuine. I have reviewed them multiple times, so there is no doubt. Ah, what kind of reviewing did you do? How did you read all of the documents here? It's been here for so... Like, there's so many here. Wait! Oh! You're not gonna tell me about... Oh shit, I missed it! Well, I mean, if I was able to miss it, it probably means it wasn't important. See, sometimes I'm not sure if I should react right away or see what he has to say next, but, well, all I got out of that was that Byakuya is very studious. Okay, sure. So, what do you exactly... You still haven't told me what we're here for. Yeah, the extension cord. Oh, okay. No? Where did I activate that other conversation? Yeah, okay, there we go. Hold on a second. You're saying you've read all these documents and more than once? But all this has to be like top secret, confidential stuff, right? So why? My family has a reading room just like this at our home. Ours is bigger, of course, and not as dusty. Huh? Members of the Togami family have access to any variety of government-related documents. That includes foreign powers as well as domestic. How is that possible?
つまり
I already told you, there's a secret council that controls the world from the shadows. Illuminati. My family is a member of that council. And I have within me the bloodline that will allow me to one day bend the world to my will. But to become such a ruler, I must know all levels of this world backwards and forwards. So whenever I have time, I like to review whatever documents and materials that interest me. Which is why I can proclaim, without a doubt, that the materials gathered here are the real thing. This is beyond believing or not believing. Byakuya is actually starting to scare me more than the actual mastermind. I know! And what always interested me the most were the cold case police investigation reports. Reading through those reports has always been a hobby of mine, ever since I was little. That's not a normal hobby to have. It's excellent mental exercise. I've solved more than a few of these cases just by reviewing the reports. Oh, okay. And among all those reports, one of my recent favorites. This guy picks favorite cold case reports, people! Is the Genocider Jack case. As he talked, Byakuya grabbed a specific file from the shelf.
そうだ
This is the complete case file. Every single report surrounding the Genocider Jack cases have been compiled in here. Because there are so many, allow me to quickly summarize the main points. To begin, there are two notable characteristics in every Genocider Jack murder. The first characteristic is that at every crime scene, the word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood, I'm guessing the second characteristic is not one that's publicly known, because if you want to do that so that you don't get copycats, right? I think they do that in real life too, but you don't want to release all the details on one case because you could encourage copycats. So if you don't release something, then even if a copycat comes up, you can tell if it's the copycat or the real thing. And the second is that when the victims are murdered, their bodies are suspended in a certain way. Bloodlust is written in blood and the victim's body is suspended. It's exactly the same as what happened to Chihiro. Save your surprise, the best part is yet to come. For the second characteristic, where the victims are suspended. The only ones who knew about that particular fact were the members of the police and other higher-ups. By all accounts, nobody in the media ever found out. Huh? In other words, no one on the news, no one online, nobody knew about that aspect of each crime. Only key officials and the murderer himself knew about this act of mounting the victim. Now, if you recall Chihiro's corpse, her body was most certainly mounted in this fashion. So, how could the killer have known about suspending the victim if it was the actual Genocide Jack?
So,
That's the key question. But in fact, the answer is quite simple.
つまり
The culprit isn't a copycat killer. It's the real Genocide Jack.
つまりだ
That right there is the evidence that Genocide Jack has hidden himself among the rest of us. Then, Genocide Jack really is... such a brutal, fiendish killer? Really is walking among us?
面白い
Things are really starting to get interesting, aren't they? I never imagined a killer with such a reputation would ever become part of our little game. Now, don't you think it would be good for you to take a look at what I've already seen? You might just manage to ferret out a clue or two.
グミンね
If you get down on your knees and beg, I might even show you myself. No thank you.
そうだ
Ah, not this one. The other one. Where is the goddamn report? Which one is it? It's not the one here. Is it this one? No! Where's the goddamn file? Hey, are you like holding it or something? Where is it? Dude? Byakuya, about that Genocide Jack case file. Could you let me see it?
まあいいだろ
Well, you didn't beg, but I guess it's okay this time. Feel free to look at it in here, but you can't take it with you. Byakuya handed me the file, and I flipped through it with tense, nervous fingers. Suddenly, my hand stopped. I had reached the page where the photos from the scene of each crime had all been collected. Holy shit. The names of Genocide Jack's victims ran on for several pages. Hey, but there's one other way that it could be not the real Genocide Jack. I mean, the fact that the file is here means that someone else could have seen the file too, right? It's improbable because there's so many different files and the library is huge and Byakuya seems to have been guarding it the whole time, but not impossible, I would say. Let's see. Office worker, 32. Huh. Young guys, old guys? Girls? Boys? Or is there a commonality? Oh, that would be interesting. Ken Harada, 32. Tetsuhiro Honda, 17. Shoji Gaku, 23. Kano Issei, 14. Takeshi Yoshida, 30. Komatsuna Taro, Takefumi Gono, Uchida Naohisa, Takeshi Masamune, Yuto Yumejima. There was no end to it. All boys. But one thing became perfectly clear as I read. All of the killer's countless victims were killed and suspended in exactly the same way. And at the scene of every murder, the word bloodlust was left behind in the victim's own blood. Now take a look at the next page and you'll find another interesting tidbit. The next page? profiling results? Yeah, you would have to try to figure out the commonality between the victims, right? All of the crimes took place either on weekdays at night or during holidays, either day or night. Oh. The most common time for the killings to take place was on holidays in the afternoon. So, does that mean that Genocider Jack has a job? A day job? Based on these facts, it could be suggested that the suspect may be a student or goes to school. Evidence suggests that the suspect lingered at the scene, but when they did leave, they were in a panic. Because an eyewitness has never come forward, it's unlikely there was any external reason for this. This confused behavior suggests that the suspect may potentially suffer from dissociative identity disorder. Dude! Toko!
つまり
The key point here is that the culprit may well have a split personality. A split personality? Like the kind of thing you see on TV? So, I'm part of another totally unbelievable story. But this one is way more unbelievable than anything up until now. Or maybe it really isn't. I don't know, I feel like my mind has gone numb.
行くぞ
Alright, we should get going soon. But I really feel like Byakuya should know about Toko being Genocider Jack. He's acting like he doesn't, or at least he's not telling us about it though. Strange. Huh? Where are we going? Anywhere but here. We finished our business here, haven't we? Ah, wait! Byakuya! As usual, Byakuya turned and left without another word. I hurried out of the library to catch up. Well, this is where we part ways. I have some things I need to take care of before the class trial. Huh? Just all of a sudden like that?
お前の相手をしている暇はない
Come on, enough of your annoying misapprehensions. Did you really think we'd be together the whole time? Take responsibility for yourself and do something useful. Move the investigation forward on your own.
じゃあな
Well, goodbye. And just like that, he was gone. Just as quickly as he'd asked me to join him, he'd cut me off. In the end, I felt like I was just some plaything getting tossed around. At the same time, I'd uncovered some really important clues thanks to him. Genocider Jack. He's the one that killed Chihiro. And that murderous fiend is one of us. But who is it? I have to find that out, no matter what it takes. And to do that, there's somewhere I have to go investigate one more time. I have to go back to the crime scene, the girls' locker room. I should check the boys' locker room too. And the others might have come up with some info I might find useful while I'm at it. I need to find out everything I can.